Everybody, what's going on? Happy Christmas week. I can't believe it's already Christmas. It's crazy. That means next week is New Year's, which means it is going to be 2021. And I think we're all very excited about that. This year has sucked in a lot of ways. So it is great to think that we're moving on out of 2020 and hopefully 2021 is better for everyone. But we'll see. That being said, I do have some news and a Christmas present for everyone who has been following along. Our CMI this week has finally broken 400. So I've been talking about that every week that we've been approaching 400, and it's been just a record every single week, getting higher and higher on this CMI. So this week we are at 406. Not only did we hit 400, we went over. So 406. And if this is new to you, the CMI is the Cromford Market Index, which is an analysis that takes into consideration seasonal factors and supply and demand in a market and is able to tell us where we sit in terms of supply and demand and how that affects pricing. So any number above 100 is a seller's market. Any number below 100 is a buyer's market. And around the 100 mark is a balanced market. So as I said, we're sitting at 406. So we're well into a seller's market. Our previous record, I think, was 320 something. Like, it was not even close to 400. So every week we've been setting records and talking about, are we really going to get over 400? And here we are. We definitely did. So that being said, when we look at demand, our demand is at 134, which means it's 34% above normal. That's dropped a little bit. It was at, I think, 135. So it's softened a tiny bit just because of the holidays. And then our supply is way below per usual. So that is at 67% below normal. I think it was at like 64, 65 leading up, a few weeks ago. So supply has dropped too, which is a problem. It continues to be a problem for us. We don't have enough homes to sell. And then as demand increases, we've got more people who want to buy homes, not enough homes available for sale, and then our prices increase. And that's also what's pushing that CMI number further and further into these high ranges. So unfortunately, supply is going down. It's going down faster and more than what we expected during this time of year. So not great on the supply front. So if you're thinking about selling your house, I'm telling you right now, it is a good time. There's probably been no better time to sell your house than right now. So that's where we're at with supply and demand as we're ending this year. On the rental front, I will tell you there is not much of a difference there. It's just as crazy, if not crazier. There's been a 15% increase in price per square foot for rentals between this year and last year. And that's across all different types of rentals, so including townhomes, condos, and single family homes. But then if we look only at single family homes, there's actually been an 18% increase in the price per square foot now as compared to last year. So crazy. I mean, that's a huge increase. That goes from 94 cents per square foot to $1.11 per square foot. So if you are renting right now, you're paying more, I'm sure, than you were last year. And if you're not now, you will be next year. It's just going up like crazy. If you're a landlord, you can certainly charge more than you have been in the past because there's enough demand for it, and these prices for rentals continue to prove that these increases are being rented at that rate. So if you're an investor looking to buy a rental property, I would highly recommend that a single family home is a better investment than a condo or townhome because the appreciation on those rental rates is pretty significant as compared to other types of properties. So just a little tidbit there. And then I wanted to share something interesting because I have not seen this before. So all year I've been talking about the CMI for every city in the Phoenix area. And Avondale has always been in the top spot, consistently in the top spot. And this week, Gilbert is in the top spot. So Gilbert comes in at a number of 634.3, which is an 18% increase from last month. They were at 539. So that's a huge difference. Avondale is at 593. And then last month they were at 598. So they've decreased a little bit, but Gilbert slid into that top spot. So if you are looking for a house in Gilbert right now, I'm sorry. It's probably really challenging. But if you're a seller in Gilbert right now, your house probably doesn't last an hour on the market. So think about that if you've been considering selling. One last thing I want to leave you with is kind of a crazy stat here. So when we look at all the homes for sale in the MLS, there's a reading of about 7,159 roughly when this information was pulled. And that is low because normally a normal range of supply in this market would be closer to the 12,000 range. So 7,159 is very low. But when you take out new builds and new homes for sale, that number drops to 3,964. So just under 4,000. So if you are looking for a resale home and you're not looking to buy a new build, you only have 3,964 to choose from. That is so small. That is a smaller number than what was listed for sale in only the city of Scottsdale in 2009. So if you feel like there's nothing to choose from, you're right. Like there is nothing to choose from in terms of resale homes. It is crazy. The challenge is that, so you're like, okay, maybe I'll just go buy a new build then because there's no resale homes for sale. Well, with new builds, first of all, you have to find a subdivision that still has lots available for sale because many of the lots are already claimed at this point. And then their build times are like 8 to 10 months. So then you have an 8 to 10 month wait time. Even if they have available lots, many times they're doing like drawings for those. So you put in for it, and then if you get selected, then you are able to get the lot. So you kind of don't have any control. Now that's not happening with every new build community, but very many of them, there's so much demand that they don't even have lots available, and they're releasing them on a monthly basis. So they'll have like a handful that they will release the next month and do a drawing for, and then the following month they'll release a few more, and then like I said, you have to wait 8 to 10 months for the house to be built. So it's not, unless that's something you really want, that's also not a viable option either. So it's tough out there for buyers, and I'm sorry to end this on kind of a sad note for buyers, but it's just continuing to get harder and harder. The bright news is that if you are a seller, things are just peachy for you. It's just easy. High price, quick sale. You have the upper hand in all the negotiations. It's a great day for sellers. So anyway, hope that was helpful, not too depressing. If you have any questions and want to reach out, you know where to find me. And I hope everyone has a great Christmas. And I'll be back next week before the end of the year to report on any changes over the next week. Have a great week. Merry Christmas.